Alright, let's say all praise to Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Greatmillstone. Honor to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. Alright, so I'm back at it. Like I said, we're going to go through the whole book of Matthew to get the full understanding of it. So this is the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 2, verse 1. Now, when Yahawashi was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem. And who is Herod the king? Herod the king was a damn Edomite, alright, that was ruling over Judah at that time, okay? Saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? Oh, and he was ruling over Judah at the time because, you know, the Romans were in power. So basically, Herod the king had like basically how the U.S. have like embassies everywhere in all these different countries. So this would be like them having an embassy, the Roman having an embassy inside of Judea, all right? Where all the policies of Rome would be established over the land of Judea, and he used to reign in power over that area. All right, to explain the position of Herod the king. All right. All right. So let's start back at verse 1. Now, when Yahawashi was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? Why did it say where is he that is born king of the Jews? Why didn't it say where is he that's born king of the world, king of all nations? Why didn't it say that? Because these were wise men, meaning they knew the scriptures, meaning they know that Yahawashi, that his birth, that he's only the king of the Jews, all right? Meaning he's only here for Israel. So they knew that because the scriptures say they were wise men, which means they have some understanding of the scriptures, okay? Saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. When Herod the king heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And that word troubled means in fear, all right? So when Herod the king heard these things, he was in fear, and all Jerusalem with him, all right? So why would Herod the king be in fear? If Yahawashi, whom the world inwardly called Christ, is for everybody, came to save everybody, supposed to be such a loving figure, why would the king and all of Jerusalem be in fear if that was so? Because that's not so. All right, and we finna get why Herod was in fear in all of Jerusalem. All right, so let's go to Numbers. Bear with me. This Numbers chapter 24. Start at verse. I will go to verse 15. All right. So this is way back in the Old Testament. Okay, so basically what this story is about, this is about Balaam, which was like I guess you call him like a warlock or whatever. He was basically commissioned by this guy Balak that wanted him to put like curses on Israel. So Balaam would get visions from the Most High on certain things when he would try to do the bidding of Balak, which was like, I think it was like the king of the Ammonites or one of them damn Asian tribes, either Moab or Ammon. I think it was Moab though, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what Balaam had what visions Balaam got from the Most High, from Yahawah, because this is gonna go into why King Herod was so in fear. All right, we'll start at verse 15. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, he have said, which heard the words of Yahawah and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. So this guy Balaam, this warlock or whatever, he ended up falling in trance with his eyes open. So he's finna repeat what God has in store for basically for these other nations. Verse 17, I shall see him, but not now. It said he shall see him, but not now, meaning this is future. This thing is gonna happen in the future. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. Who is that star? Yahawashi. And a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Okay, so what is this talking about? Balaam was seeing Yahawashi come back and take these other nations down. All right. Verse 19, out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. All right. This way back in Numbers. Talking about what's about to happen in our lifetime. These other nations, when Yahawashi comes, he's here to destroy these other nations and put Israel on top. All right. And that's what King Herod knew. Why? Because King Herod knew these scriptures also. Like the elders always say, these upper elites, they know the damn scriptures. They know Yahawashi coming back to put these damn idiots in subjection. They know what's to come. It's just these everyday Joe six-pack damn nations, people of the nation that don't know what's to come. And you dumbass 2/3. All right. But the elite of these nations, of these different nations, they know that Yahawashi coming back to put their nations in subjection up under the Israelites. And the 1/3 and the elect of our nation know what Yahawashi coming back to do. So that's why King Herod was in fear. That's why all Jerusalem was in fear also. Because you still got them, you had them 2/3 way back then, still following up on the white man, doing what the white man say do. So when they heard all this, they're like, oh shit. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, Yahawashi here, like, damn, he about to, like, everything's about to change. You know what I'm saying? We finna lose power. That's what King Herod was thinking. And then you had these 2/3 of Jerusalem that's always licking the ass of the white man. You know what I'm saying? They know when the white man go down, they going down too. So they're gonna be put to death. But let's get back to it. Verse 4. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judah, for this is written by the prophet. All right, so he's searching. Herod was like, hey, look, hey, go get up all the men that know the scriptures, all the men, all your different priests, your scribes, get them in here. Get them in here now. Yo, hey, I need to know where this Yahawashi is going to be born. Because I can't have him living and taking over. Like, nah, we ain't having that. White man got to stay in power. All right, that's basically what he was doing. All right, he asked a question. Hey, according to the scriptures, where do he supposed to be born? And what did they say? In Bethlehem of Judea. For thus is written by the prophet. And what prophet wrote that? That's Micah. All right, let's go to Micah chapter 5. Bear with me. It's Micah chapter 5. We'll start at verse 2. But thou, Bethlehem, man, I have no idea how to say that word. Ephratah. But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel. Who is that to come forth? That was Yahawashi. Where it says it's going to come from? Bethlehem. Who's going forth have been from old, from everlasting. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travaileth have brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. All right. So who is that talking about? That's talking about Yahawashi. Okay. Whom the world inwardly called Christ. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall abide. And for now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. All right. So that's the scripture. All right. That they was talking about. All right. Where it said, for thus it was written by the prophet. It was written by what prophet? Micah. All right. And you read it in Micah chapter 5. All right. This is verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the Salakia. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the prince of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Exactly, which is Yahawashi. And that's what Herod knew. Okay? Because like the elders always say, like the apostles always say, these upper elites of these other nations, they know what Yahawashi coming here to do. All right. Verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, so this man so shook, he had called the wise man privately. All right, he having a secret council. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them just diligently what time the star appeared. So he asked, hey, I need y'all to be precise on what time y'all saw that damn star appear. All right. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. When they heard when they had heard the king, they departed. And lo, the star which they knew, so like the star which they saw in the east, went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was. So what was this star? Was this star really a star? Man, the star was a chariot. That's how it's moving. So the wise man was following the chariot. And then when the chariot paused, that's when they knew what a child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceedingly great joy. And when they were coming to the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. So these men, after Herod sent them out to go find out where Yahawashi was, they got a vision or a dream from God to, hey, don't go back to Herod. Yeah, don't go back that way. Go opposite way to get back into your country. All right, don't let him know where Yahawashi at. All right. Verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child with his mother and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee. For Herod seek the young child to destroy him. So the whole time this damn Edomite, being the snake that he is, he gonna tell the wise man up earlier in the verses, oh, hey, go find out where he is so I can worship him too and fall down to his feet and worship him too. But the whole time, he's seeking to find out where he is so he could destroy him. And why do he want to destroy him? Because of the scriptures. All right. Because of what we just read in Numbers, what they call the Old Testament. Because it tells you how, because it speaks on how Yahawashi is coming here to put these other nations in subjection. All right. Verse 14. When he arose, he took the child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt. And it was there until the death of Herod that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son. Then when Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Exactly. So once he found out that the wise man that he sent didn't come back to give him a report, and he was pissed off. Because now he has no idea where Yahawashi is at. Now he thinking to himself, damn, like we finna get taken out of power. Like prophecies are being fulfilled. So what was Herod's strategy after that? Just to kill all the kids. All right, from 2 years old and under, just slay all of them, and hopefully we could end up killing Yahawashi in the midst of killing all these kids. That's how wicked Esau is, man, and that's how horrified Esau is of Yahawashi return. But yet his Christianity tell you that, you know what I'm saying, he can't wait for Yahawashi to return. Yahawashi loves everybody. Verse 17. Then was fulfilled that was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentations and weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted, because they are not. And where is that written? That's written in the book of Jeremiah, which is Jeremiah chapter 31. So let's go there. This Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 15. Thus saith the Lord, a voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rachel weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. And why were they not comforted? Because these damn Edomites was going around killing all the children, the ones that was 2 years and under. Why? Because they was trying to kill Yahawashi. Thus saith the Lord, refrain thy voice from weeping, and thy eyes from tears, for thy work shall be rewarded, saith the Lord, and there shall come again from the land of the enemy. All right. So the Lord said, hey, though you going through this hardship right now, stop your weeping, because one day you're going to come from the land of the enemy, meaning we're going to be set back in our rulership. Okay. And there was hope in thy end. Exactly. Because in the end, what did the scripture say? The ending of Esau is the beginning of Jacob. Okay. What verse did I stop on? Okay, verse 17. And there is hope in thy end, saith the Lord, that thy children shall come again to their own border. Exactly. All right, so now we got an understanding on that. So head back in Matthew's chapter 2, verse 19. But when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the young child's life. And he arose and took the young child and his mother and came into the land of Israel. But when he heard that Achilles did reign in Judea in the room of his father Herod, he was afraid to go thither. Notwithstanding, being warned of God in a dream, he turned aside into the parts of Galilee. And he came and dwelt in a city called Nazareth, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophets, he shall be called a Nazarene. All right, so that's it on Matthew chapter 2. Hope y'all got a full understanding. All right, so if you want to go back, Matthew chapter 1 already up. We just finished Matthew chapter 2. And later on today, I'll come back and do Matthew chapter 3. But with that, like say, all praises to Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Greatmillstone. Honor to all the men out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. Shalom.